Welcome back, love bugs. As you can see, we are minus one member. Mickey has decided to sit out some of these videos.
I thought you kicked him out.
No, he chose not to be in these videos.
Oh, okay. I like kicking him out better, but you know.
Well, I gave him an option to stay or go, and he left. So, but we were talking after that last video. We were talking about the first time we met and how our relationship has gone from the first day to 11 plus years later.
It's like the first day we met, we became friends. The next day, we were sisters.
Exactly.
And that's how fast it happened.
It was like overnight. It's like, hey, okay, you start at the beginning. You talk about the beginning, and then I'll go from there.
How we met?
Yeah.
The first day we met was on a Wednesday, and we have something, it was in the gym, and our gym is 2 stories, and it was always on the bottom, or we chose to sit on the bottom so we both could see, or I could see. And there's an elevator getting to the bottom of the gym. And was this the first day of school? Or the first Wednesday?
It was the first Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, so it was the first Wednesday of the first week of school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there, and I already pushed the button to go down. She rolls up, and she says, "Hey, wait for me." And she comes next to me, and I don't remember what we started talking about, if we started talking about how we were disability while we're in wheelchairs, or we just started talking. From then on, every Wednesday, if she was there first, she waited for me. If I was there first, I waited for her.
Mm-hmm.
And there were times, and was this before, I don't remember if this was before school or during school, where because she had an electric wheelchair, I had a manual
Mm-hmm.
wheelchair. And if we were going down the same hall, she had a pocket in the back of her wheelchair. I would hang on and go zooming down the hall.
The only complaint was, slow down. Not, that's dangerous. Not, that can hurt you could hurt each other. Not, don't do that. Just slow down. That was it.
I think we had a total of 3 teachers telling us out. Y'all be careful going around the corner.
Yeah.
Slow down going around the corners.
Exactly.
Or watch out for other students. And
Exactly.
And that was it. We never got into trouble.
Nope.
And from then on, we were blood sisters. We were connected by the hip.
Exactly.
I can remember, was this our first slumber party where we had the flower fight?
No, it was the second one.
Our second slumber party, she wanted to make a box cake. And we did not have we had the ingredients, but I think we were short on oil.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else we had been short on, but we were short on stuff. So we were adding more flour and stuff like that. And she was telling me to go get something, and she had
I think
flour.
I was telling her to either get some more sugar, get some more flour, because upstairs, the way it's set up is there's a cabinet above our stove,
And she can't reach it that
and I
easily.
can't reach the cabinet because it's really up high, and the stove is at eye level. So I was sitting here, and she was sitting closest to the stove, and I'd had the flour on my fingers putting it into the container. And what I did was I pointed, I said, "Hey, can you?" And then I dropped some on there because my hands were still
Well,
caked
it's almost
in
like
it.
she flicked it in my face.
Not on purpose.
intentionally.
It was just,
And after that, we had a flower fight.
we did.
And it wasn't that year. I think it was next year, a couple years later, she had a Christmas party.
I had a bunch of girls over.
I was about to say, were there 8 of us, maybe?
6 or 8. Do you want another one?
No.
You see how we're sisters, where I'm eating these, and then I offer her one, and I know she wants
So
it?
this is scary. We can finish each other's sentences sometimes.
We sure can.
And there were, like I said, either 6 or 8 of us, and we were doing a painting project.
It was a Christmas craft party.
Yes. And we had a lot of crafts. And I think we were telling them the story about us making the cake. And I think it was a funfetti cake.
It was.
And one of the girls said, well, let's make a cake. So we decided to do that. While we were making the cake, we told them about the flower fight. 6 or 8 girls having a flower fight at once. She had enough flour in her hair. She looked like an old lady.
I was very gray.
I think she was still combing it out the next week.
I was. I think there was like an inch worth of flour.
But we had a blast. Even though her dad walked through and asked what we were doing, and he's like, well, I'll just clean up when you get done. I said, yes, sir. And he kept
And then
on
one of
walking.
my brothers actually came in and did, if you guys know the poof, like, cloud of smoke magic trick, he took a handful of the flour, threw it onto the floor, let it go smoky, and then he tried to run away and disappear because he was being funny and he was just joining in.
We should have made him help us clean up the kitchen because he made a mess too, but oh well.
It didn't matter.
It was still a blast.
It was.
I don't think I have ever been or spent the night with her and have not had fun of some sort. We're both crafty people. Yes, I'm 27 and I still love coloring and coloring books, but my sister does too.
Exactly.
And do you want to show them the ornaments we made?
No, because they've still got to dry.
Okay, well mine.
I'll take a picture of them. If you want to see our sister tree and all of the things that we've made, go to my Facebook. It's just my name. And it's a picture of my husband and I. You guys know who my husband is. And you will look at my latest photo, and it will be that one.
Wait, he's not your husband. He's my husband.
He's our husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
That's how good of sisters we are.
If you don't know, we share everything.
Not everything.
We had a box of these that were on her side of the table. She offers me, and of course, all
Yeah. If I were to run out of something to drink and I was choked, I could. She would say, "Here, you want some?"
We went to the grocery store yesterday, and I bought 2 packs of candy. We got to the house after we cleaned up the groceries and cleaned the table off. The first thing I did was get some Ziploc baggies, and I split all of the candy.
If you want to see the results of that, go to our previous live stream where we had Alex and we tasted gum. Because that's where we show you what happened there.
So don't send 2 hungry girls into a grocery store.
Yeah, no. We were both hungry. But I remember, this is my side of the story. I remember you were at the elevator, and I was like, hey, hold the elevator, because I saw that it was pressed and it was almost about to open. So she held the elevator, and we said, hey, how are you? You're going to FCA? Yeah, me too. And then we talked about why we were in the wheelchairs and how that affected our relationship with God. And then from that moment on, we were inseparable. I think we even discussed, hey, what lunch do you have? Oh, I have A lunch, a B lunch, whatever lunch it was. We both had that. So I was like, hey, if you get there first, save me a seat.
That's fine.
And vice versa, Because one of us was let out of class. I think one of us would be let out of class early just so that we could get down the hallway.
Yes, my teacher would always let me out at least 5 minutes early so I could go to lunch and get my lunch and be seated before the other crowd came in. Most of the time I was there right before the bell rang for the other teams or the other lunch period to end.
Yeah.
And a lot of times she might have been right behind me or, a couple minutes behind me coming to lunch, and I always saved her a spot. And a lot of the time I might have gotten out of my chair and sat in a table so she could just side into the end because of what tables we used.
Yeah.
Do we want to tell them how we became disability?
Yeah, you can.
Well, this is my testimony, and this is how I became disability. Because I have not been disabled my whole life, and I can get up and walk. We go shopping. I do use my chair, because I know we'll be in the same store for at least a couple hours with her. But when I was 12, I was diagnosed with a germ cell brain tumor. I went through 3 rounds of chemo, 30 days of radiation. And it was my mom, actually, how they found it, because it was between my 6th and 7th grade year, and I had a total personality change. And we went to Florida. I wouldn't get in the ocean. That is not me. And there were some other things that Mom noticed, okay, there's something wrong with my daughter. And at that time, we were going to ABC Pediatricians with my doctor. First doctor we saw, which of course is a man, oh, there's nothing wrong with her. It's just hormones. Second doctor we saw,
ladies,
was a lady. And the first thing she did before seeing me was blood work. and my sodium, which is salt in your blood levels, was deadly high. And I can remember sitting on the couch when my mom got the phone call to take me to the hospital now. And we heard so much good things about Children's Health Care. If I call it Eggleston, same place, because she and I both know it as Eggleston, but it's Children's Health Care now.
It's called Children's Healthcare of Atlanta at Eggleston or at Scottish Rite or at
Yeah, but a
other
lot of
names
people
like
don't
that.
call it Eggleston anymore.
No, and they always call it CHOA or CHOA or Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. But if we say Eggleston, we were there before the political correct change happened. Because
It's the same place.
it is. So Eggleston and Children's Healthcare are going to be the same place. So if we interchange those, that's
Same
what that
place.
is.
But we drove straight up to Eggleston. And honestly, I don't remember any of this. This is Mom telling me what happened after, I'd say before I became normal, but back to normal.
What is
but
normal?
I was going to say, I'm not normal, period, so that's just out of the question. But we went up there, saw a doctor. Mom told the doctor what my sodium was. The doctor did not believe my mother, pretty much called my mother a liar, saying, child this young, sodium that high, it's just not possible. So they did blood work again, and it came back just as high. I don't remember all of the tests they did to find out what was wrong with me, but an MRI is what showed my brain tumor. And I went through 3 rounds of chemo, 30 days of radiation. I can remember after 2 rounds of chemo, seeing a before and after picture of how big it got to how small, or how big it was to how small it got. And so they went ahead and did a 3rd round of chemo. I was almost 4 years cancer-free, almost doing an MRI once a year, when the ladies who were doing the MRI saw something at the very bottom of my scan and called, got permission to do top of my head, bottom of my back. And they found,
Imagine this is your brain. Okay? This is your brain. They saw something down here. This is what, the red part is what got scanned. So it's right in here where they saw something.
and so they wanted to do from the top of my head to the bottom of my back, which would be here.
This is basically your brain to your spine, or your tailbone.
And they described it as a sugar coating around my brainstem. I had enough credit in school, went ahead, stopped school, started doing chemo, and I did a stem cell transplant, harvested my own stem cells, and that was kind of cool, honestly, because I had a thing coming out of my neck. Was that when I did that, or was that when I had the double lumen coming out of my... I don't remember, but I think it might have been when I had the double lumen coming out of here, and it was like an IV that never came out until they were finished, and it was a double lumen, and they hooked one up and it was a machine, and it took the blood out, it went through a cycle, collected the stem cells, put the blood right back into me. I think I had to do that a total of 3 times to collect enough brain stem, and I think they freeze them to save them. And they gave me another chemo, killed everything in my body. That gave me nerve damage, my lower back. And it's the spine at the very bottom of your back before it goes down the legs. So it'd be right,
Around here where my finger is, and
and
down.
the legs. So it messed up my walking. At first, we thought I was just laying in bed too much because I was still in the hospital when this happened. And it was an overnight thing. I can remember getting up, going to the bathroom before we decided to turn off, go to bed. Then getting up during the middle of the night, I could not walk. I got out of bed and I collapsed. And it wasn't until they did another MRI to tell me what it was. And I pretty much had to relearn how to walk using a push walker. I can walk now, but going to high school, it's so much.
Our main campus, okay, we had just the main brick building was on an acre, okay? You guys know how big an acre is, right? Okay, that was just the brick building. We
And what
also
are
had
four?
trailers, we had 2 parking lots, we had a football field, a soccer field, a baseball field. We had all of that.
Library, lunchroom,
Yes.
gym.
Trailers in the back, the bus loop, all of that. Okay, so if the building itself is on an acre, imagine how big it was to get around the entire school. Especially if we had like a fire drill. Are you kidding me? That was a nightmare.
And were there 4 halls? Was it 7, 8, 9, and 10?
I can't remember if it was a 700. No, yeah, I think there was 4.
Because I think 1000 was at the very beginning and 700 was down there
Yeah.
by the buses.
700 was by the bus loop, and then the front of the building was the 1000 hall, or the
Mhm, or
10.
Yeah. And I used my wheelchair in school because I could not get around. It was hectic, and people in school, they don't care you're in a wheelchair, you're
No.
disabled, you can't walk straight, they're going to run right over you.
Yep,
And so,
and they're not gonna move.
mm-mm.
Not even if you bust their ankles open.
And I have had surgery on both of my feet because I had what was called drop toe syndrome, where my toes went like this. I could not hold them up straight like that. And
Normally you can hold your foot up like this, but a lot of times, or what
it can do
happened
a
is it
90-degree angle.
yeah,
Mine, I could not. I was pretty much downwards.
like that.
And so I've had surgery, both of my feet. And if it wasn't going through cancer, having to be disabled, I would never have met her.
No.
My testimony is going through cancer my first time. I was one of many. Lord, why me? Why? And he pretty much said, Jessica, I know what I'm doing. Just you sit there. I have got this under control. And at the very end of going through cancer, I praise him every day. Before going through cancer, I questioned my faith. I thought I had to say the prayer pretty much every Sunday when the pastor said it. The Lord had to teach me, no, you don't. You need to pray for those who haven't said the prayer. My second time going through cancer, or my first time going through cancer, I wouldn't leave the house without a hat on my head. The second time going through cancer, Mom had to make me put a hat on my head because it was cold. And how I felt, or how I looked at this. You've got a problem with me being bald. That's not my problem. That's your problem. The only person I cared about was the Lord. He doesn't look at the outer. He looks at the inner. And if I had to describe my heart, it's a neon flash inside. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I'm yours. And again, I praise Him every day for that. And going through cancer, my relationship with my parents has changed. Going through high school, you hear a lot of kids, I hate my mother. I hate my father. Well, why? Oh, they won't let me do this. They won't let me do that. I'm sorry, I can't say that. But then most kids have not gone through what I have gone through with my parents. I had a parent in the hospital pretty much 24/7 unless Mom was had to leave for work and Dad was trying to find a part. Or in ICU, parents weren't supposed to be in the room with us. My parents did more than they didn't because every time my mom wasn't going to leave. And so, and like I said, people ask me, how am I doing? I thank the Lord to give me another day. I tell people my testimony. They say, well, I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm not. If I had to change one thing in my life, it would not have been going through cancer because then I might not have met my sister.
No, and the day that we met, I felt like this was going to last forever. Honestly. I mean, here we are 11 years in.
You felt out of place too, didn't you?
I did. I was a freshman in high school. I was in an electric wheelchair. I was basically the only one I knew who had spina bifida. If you want to see my testimony, I have a video on my channel called My Spina Bifida Testimony. It's a long video and it's emotional, and I'm not going to get into it. But if you want to know my side of that, that's over there. It's on my channel. Just click the page, subscribe while you're there, and go see it. Anyway, but the day that we met, I was out of place, and I didn't know where to go. And I was like, okay, I need to get to the floor. And I saw that there was an elevator, saw that she was there, and then we started talking, and I felt instantly like...
I'm going to say something if you don't agree. I was pretty much her mentor.
Yes, she was one of my mentors. I've got two. big factors from my freshman year. You and then David Thacker. David Thacker took me under his wing too. But
I think he was a year younger than me.
yeah, I don't remember. But
Because I knew Chrissy Thacker and she was my age.
yeah. But I remember thinking, I'm so out of place. I don't know what to do. I knew people from church that were going to FCA, so I knew friends there. But everybody else was able-bodied except for us. And so
I've got something to say about that.
so when we talked, I was thankful. I don't know if she saw the look of relief on my face when we started talking and actually instantly became friends. I don't know if she saw my face go from freaking out as a freshman in high school to, okay, I have a friend in high school, I'm good, you know?
And I've got a comment with FCA. Because I was in a wheelchair, I had got vision problems because of where my first brain tumor was, and I do have hearing problems, and I don't use hearing aids, even though I think I'm supposed to. We're trying to get insurance with that. That most of my friends did not want to sit on the very front row with me. Because it's like, no, I don't want to sit that close. She was one that I could count on. She was going to be there. Every Wednesday, she was going to be there. And she was going to sit right next to me. So I did not feel left out.
Mm-mm. And I can remember we talked about what lunch we had. And then that day at lunch, I think that's when we became sisters. We were best friends until lunch. And then at lunch, we just shared that connection. We sat there and she was like, do you mind if I pray over my food? Because I pray over my food at lunch every day. And I said, no, not at all. Let's pray. And we held hands and we prayed.
And I almost want to say we were sitting across from each other, so we did one of these numbers.
We did.
I bowed my head, I prayed, and I think you added in something to the prayer and closed it.
Yeah.
So it was a sisterhood thing.
It was, and that was when we really got, like, that, okay, this is for real. Like, we were Siamese twins at that point.
Both of us going through cancer, and I think I said this, but the Lord had to made me realize it doesn't matter what's on the outer. It doesn't matter what everybody else looks at you or how they treat you or how they think about you. It's all about God.
Amen.
And so I am one, I usually pray over most of my meals. And at lunch, that was something I did. And I think, I don't know if it was the first day we did this or it was the second day. Because I want to say the first day I prayed and you were asking, well, what are you doing? Even though you are a Christian.
Yeah, I didn't pray over every meal.
Mm-hmm.
I prayed over dinners with my family, or like if we went out to eat for lunch, you know, or something, then we'd do a family prayer.
Yeah. And there was, I don't know if this was at FCA one day, but I kept a prayer journal in my backpack. And at FCA, I would take it out and I'd write down quotes they said that grabbed me, verses that would grab me, and we did what was called small groups. I don't think we had a true name except for small groups on Friday, where kids led kids in different Bible studies. And I think I even invited you to that one Friday, and I pulled it out. And I'm one, in class, we're taking tests. At the end of the test, you can't talk. It's getting out of books, sitting there with your mouth shut. I'd get my prayer journal out, and I'd start writing. And I am one, I don't care if somebody asks me, what are you doing? When I was a kid, I could not stand in front of an audience and speak. I was shy. As I've gotten older, I don't care. I will be in the middle of, in a grocery store, in a store, when somebody asks me, why are you in a wheelchair? Why, you're so young, you're in a wheelchair, or why do you walk funny? And I love it when people ask because I love it. I love to share his words.
I have a comment on that. I think that because I was more outgoing and I was more like back fast to my haters, you know, and the bullies, and I was fighting back with my bullies and standing up for myself, and she was more quiet. I think that kind of helped her get the confidence and get the courage to start speaking up more. Because she wasn't afraid to say anything. You know, it was just, she was kind of shy about it at first. But
Well,
with
now I'm not.
yeah, but
Me, shy? Are you nuts?
I know. But I know that one thing is her faith in God and her trust in his
Relationship.
her trust in his purpose on her life helps me. Still helps me.
Well, I think you became a stronger Christian by me.
I did. My faith. I was shaken. I was a timid Christian. I was not. Ignore Mr. Grinch. See what we mean?
And we do finish each other's sentences sometimes. so
Exactly. She started it, and I saw him, and I was like,
ignore the Grinch. Christmas is not here yet, Grinch. Go away.
but I was one who was still questioning, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Why did I have 20-something surgeries? Why did I have to go through this many hospitalizations? Why did I have to have that surgery when I was 8?
We've all done that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord pretty much told me, just sit there. I know what I'm doing. I am in charge.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what is going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I know what the end result's going to be.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things I just had to put my trust in God.
Oh, yeah.
My blood levels were kind of low at one time, and we went to what's the blood doctor called?
Phlebotomist.
No.
Oncologist? No, that's the
It
cancer
starts with an N, I think, but it was a blood doctor. And I've got a good friend at church. She's an older lady, but I told her what I was worried about this doctor's appointment, because if something was wrong, they would have had to get some bone marrow, and I was just scared. And I pretty much told her what was going on if she didn't mind praying.
Mhm.
And this was before all the kids were in the Sunday school class, because I helped every now and then with the 5th grade. And we stood there hugging, and she prayed over me. And I almost busted out in tears, but I was trying to hold them back because kids were starting to come in. I think they came in, they saw us praying, and they hushed. And the day I went to go to the blood doctor, I had no fear. I was as peaceful and as calm as I can be. So if you don't believe prayer works, believe me. I've had problems where I'm calling her, you pray for me, sissy.
Mhm.
When my grandfather died, she was the first person I called. Her grandmother died. I think I was the first person she called.
Mhm.
We're having hard times. Pray. And she's the one that I keep in my prayers as a daily prayer.
Yes. Daily.
Because, again, we're sisters. We're Siamese sisters. We're connected at the hip.
See? We both leaned in for that hug without saying anything.
And there was one time,
Sorry, I need a drink.
never mind, I think I told that story.
Which one?
I don't remember now.
I
Let's see,
remember.
I need your brain. Your other half of the brain.
I can remember over the years, she's seen my development. She saw me go from that
I know
rebellious Christian.
every secret of hers.
Exactly.
And she knows all of mine, even though I forget hers. I guess that makes me a good sister.
But she saw me go from that rebellious, why me, woe is me Christian to where I am today, where we're sharing our stories, our testimonies on YouTube.
And both of us, it's all to God.
It is.
Don't praise us. Don't say, well,
No.
I'm sorry. It's all God.
It
Because
is.
we
It's
are not
His-
sorry because of what we went through.
It is
We praise
His
Him.
purpose.
Oh, yeah.
It was. And had we not gone through those, and had we not met, honestly, I don't know where I would have been. I don't know. Before I met her, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I blocked out most of my
Well,
childhood.
I think I've told you this. If God came to me and asked me if I could change one thing in my life, it would not have been cancer.
No.
Because if I had not gotten through cancer, she and I might not have never met.
Exactly. And that is the biggest thing. Like, she's made a huge impact in my life. And just by her faith and her,
Cheerfulness.
yeah, her loyalty, her positive influence, and her Christ-like behaviors, all of
Standing up for each other.
Exactly.
I can remember you telling me one time somebody was asking you
Mhm.
about me, and you pretty much said, well, you go ask her. She's not afraid to tell
Exactly.
you. And we both tease on this. If anybody was beating me up, I'd be calling, okay, sis,
Same.
you come help me. Same thing, vice versa. It's
Yeah.
like nobody picks on my big sister, my little sister, but me.
Exactly. And that was the whole thing. Like, she knew when I met my husband. She was there when we met. She was there when we had our whole relationship. Any fights we had, I called her to vent. I was crying and I was just venting. You know, because that's what we do. When she was having issues, when she was upset, or when something had happened, she was
When
calling
we need
me.
to cry and get out our anger, our sadness,
Oh, yeah.
she calls me. I will sit there and listen. I'm not
Oh,
going to,
yeah.
oh, well, you know, this blah, 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 blah happened to me and this, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there listening and I'm telling you, sis, I'm praying. You know I am.
Exactly.
And vice versa with
Exactly.
her.
Exactly. Our
And
Tennessee
that's our
trip.
friendship.
My husband and I's Tennessee trip for his birthday. I was having anxiety because that was our first really long road trip together. You know, we'd been up to Atlanta and back, but we had never been out of state together and back. So I was texting her at 2 o'clock in the morning because I was having a panic attack and I needed to say
Well,
something, and he needed to rest because we were leaving the
And
next day.
Of course, I didn't see it at 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, I do sleep sometimes, sister.
And
But
I
when
knew
I
that,
did
though.
see it, because
Mhm.
she knew I checked my phone.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw it, and I don't know if it said call me or pray for me, and it might have said both. Pray for me, we're traveling, and give me a call when you can.
Yeah,
And
I
I
said,
called-
I know you'll get this whenever and respond when you can. And I said, we need prayer. I'm having a panic attack, and I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I know it's really early. I know you're asleep. I know you're not checking your phone. And
Well, and
I was just like, I know you'll let me ramble. So, but whenever you get this, I know you'll respond, and I'll tell you
Well, and
more.
what's funny, when I got it, I think it was either 7 or 7:30, and I was almost about to call in, and I'm thinking, I better wait till 9, 9:30, 10, because if y'all are somewhere sleeping, y'all sleep late, and I don't want to wake y'all up. But as soon as I called, I could tell she was nervous, a
Mhm.
little bit of worry in her, and I think did we sit there on the phone and pray?
Oh, we did. We sat there on the phone, and we just prayed right then and there.
I think I said, is it okay if I pray for you, sister? And she goes, yes.
Yes.
And I think we did that. I think that was
We
a
did.
10 or 5-10 minute prayer right
It
there.
was.
Because, yes, my sis, I worry about her.
Yes.
Something happens to me, she's the first person I call, vice versa. My grandfather passed away. She called me before I could call her because she knew something was not right.
I called in, I said, hey, Sissy, just checking in with you. You were on my mind today, you know, and she was like, hey. I said, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Immediately, as soon as she said, hey, I said, what's wrong?
Because-
and then she told me, I said, I am so sorry, I'm praying for you. I know you know he's in heaven, you'll see him again one day, but I know it's hard.
And
I'm
I
praying.
think you called before we left the house, too. And I want to
Yeah.
say it was either 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I woke up, and I think I woke up from a phone call, but I don't remember. It wasn't Grandma calling Mom, because that had already happened. And I walked into Mom's bedroom. I hadn't even gotten my around the house clothes on, and Mom told me she just got out of the shower and told me what had happened. Mom and I had that sentimental moment where I had my big cry, and we were hugging, and I think both of us were crying in her bathroom. And she said, well, Dad has already been called. He is on the way home. Go, you need to go pack. And
Yeah.
I almost want to say this was on a Tuesday.
I think it was.
And because that weekend, Mom and Dad were planning on going out of town for their anniversary.
Yeah, I think what
And-
happened, you called me Tuesday, went down Tuesday night. Wednesday was
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning, and then Wednesday you were there to get the arrangements concerned, and then Thursday was the funeral.
No, Thursday was visitation. Friday morning was the funeral, and we pretty much left Friday night because where Mom and Dad were going, they couldn't get a
Yeah.
refund.
Yeah.
But Dad came home after Mom and I had the sentimental. Mom told me Dad's on his way. Go get packed. Dad walked in. I hugged him. We had a big hug, and I cried a little bit with him. Of course, he didn't cry, but then,
He's a guy.
yeah, well, even though I have seen him cry, but then I wasn't his family member either.
Yeah.
And so I went to my room and packed. One thing that kind of made me calmed down a little bit is Mom said she knows he is in heaven without a doubt. She knows he is in heaven. I guess growing up, they were always at church Sundays. I don't know if they did the Wednesday thing, but they were always at church. And I pray sometimes talking to people in heaven as if they can hear me. I don't know if they can or not, because then I also ask my mom, well, if I pray to God about my grandmother or about a family member and Papa's in heaven, does Papa hear this? And Mom kind of said, I don't think he does. If you don't want him hearing it, he's not hearing it. It's God. And because, yeah, I pray for family. My nighttime, which when I'm here, I usually don't do my nighttime big prayers because I pray out loud most of the time, and I end up crying because I'm just so thankful for so many things that I don't deserve. But then none of us deserve stuff that we get, and we all take stuff for granted. And one thing going through cancer had to teach me was that. What do you want to say? Because you've got my finger in my head. I know, yeah.
I was just gonna say, going back to when her granddad died, and I believe in guardian angels, and I know she believes in guardian angels. And
I know I've got at least 3 up there.
Oh yeah, and
if not more.
We know about our guardian angels, and I started something when my grandmother died. I would write her a letter as if she could read it over my shoulder. Like, she's already looking over me, so who's to say that she can't read something that I'm writing to her, you know, over my shoulder? And so I get all my emotions out, and I cry, I have my cry fest, and I did that.
This is my emotion person. If I've got something I need to cry out to tell, she's the first person I call. I have cried things out to her that my mama doesn't know about.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know she is not going to tell.
Yeah. Last night, I had the biggest panic attack, and
And I was scared it was something Alex and I were talking, because we were talking about people that had passed that were in heaven. And I'm thinking, oh crap, she's thinking about her grandmother and that made her cry.
And it wasn't even that, it was just...
But you even had your headphones in your ears, and I'm thinking, well, she can't hear us.
No, and I had done that just because I tried to block you guys out and just kind of be at peace with myself, trying to figure things out in my head, and I couldn't. And so I was listening to the music, just trying to keep all the outside stuff out and just sort through it, and all I did was bust out into tears. I didn't stop screaming. Like, I just sobbed. I was there in my own little world. They were talking. I had my headphones in, my music on.
But we could tell she was crying.
And I was crying.
And we both thought it was something, okay, what did we say?
Yeah.
And then I think she finally took her headphones out and said, I'm having an attack. And the first thing, what can I do? What can I get you? We are both the mothering type. If it happens to her, I'm right there on the scene. What can I help you? What can I do? Versa versa.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's my sister. I love her.
Exactly.
First best friend I have ever told I love this lady right here. Was I nuts or what?
Well, we're both nuts, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're sisters, so we're both nuts.
Yep, there's nothing in between our heads except for maybe some cobwebs, a little bit of dust.
Where's your bag of stuff that I gave you today? Is it in the fridge?
The what?
Your Ziploc bag with your gingerbread stuff.
Our falling down gingerbread house. Yes, I think he took it to the fridge.
Okay, on it says Crazy Daisy. Because that's who we are. We're crazy.
She's crazy, I'm Daisy. I'm perfectly normal. What does that mean, normal?
Good question.
So you don't know either? Okay.
If you know, leave a comment below.
And you probably could look up in the dictionary crazy. Both of our pictures would be right there.
Yeah, it just looked like this.
Except for I might have a Daisy shirt and she's got a mini shirt.
Exactly.
You know, which we need to find.
Yeah, we do. We need to find matching. We need to do that one year. We need to go as Mickey and Friends. You, me, and Alex. And when you get a Donald, you'll be Donald.
Well, then I've got to go kill a wife. Not you.
Don't worry. This is all sarcasm.
Only thing I have ever killed in my life would be a bug.
Yes.
I do eat meat, but I don't go out and kill the deer.
No.
I know my daddy has, but I don't.
Would you like one of these?
I don't. No, those are all for you.
Okay.
I ate one and I wasn't a fan.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Those were the ones I didn't like.
Okay.
So I might be getting a Ziploc bag and taking those with me.
Okay.
Do y'all have any small ones or the big ones all y'all got?
Do we have any small Ziplocs?
No, that's fine.
I have the big ones right here if you want one.
No.
See?
There's things I can tell her jokingly, and she'll just joke right back.
Exactly.
I've got friends. It's like I have to, okay, can I say this? Is she going to take it literally? Where with Alice, I don't have to think about that. I know I say something crazy, jokingly, she's just going to turn around and do it back. Or making fun of her, she's going to turn around and do it right back.
Exactly.
Like,
when I burp and she says pig, I just
Oink.
go oink.
Boy, the last time I did that, yeah, you burped, I said oink, and I didn't even say pig.
I know.
That was my daddy who started that, not her or me. So if y'all don't like that, it's my daddy. You can go yell at him.
He lives that.
Just don't
Just
kill
kidding.
him. I will miss him, honestly.
Yeah.
I can think of somebody else's mommy and daddy, but then
We're not going to get there.
we're not going to go there. No.
Excuse me.
It's one of those things, if you could murder.
Mm-hmm.
If I watch too many Law and Order shows, I think I could murder somebody and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I watch too many murder shows. Law and Order, NCIS, Criminal Minds.
Thumbs up this video if you watch enough criminal shows to get away with murder.
So who are we murdering next? Is he?
Hmm.
Or were we not supposed to talk about this one?
We'll talk about that often.
The Grinch says no.
The Grinch, it might be him.
I'd say the Grinch.
I do
Because
too.
he is sitting over there. That'd be easy.
I'm not here. Hi, I'm the Grinch.
I don't know if I could throw that in.
And what you show my costume you got me for Christmas?
We've already done that. You've already in and out of this video. But I can remember, I can remember so many fun things that we used to do. Our traditions. We get together for her birthday, my birthday.
His every now and then, depending on what they're doing.
Yes.
This year, no. Last year was a yes.
The past 2 years we got together for his birthday.
Yeah, because y'all did something
Because
here.
we had something here. But this year we had
They went traveling without me.
well, we had a vacation package that we hadn't used yet, so we needed to use it before
Again, they
December.
went without me.
Oh, that's
But then
wrong.
I guess anniversary, you can't have fun when somebody else is there. Why my
Yeah.
parents always go without me, you know.
Yeah, but
Oh well, bummer.
so we didn't do it this year, but
This is our Christmas.
this is Christmas. Okay,
Even though it's only
Birthdays?
the second.
birthdays. There's 3 birthdays now. 3 birthdays, Christmas, and as many times throughout the year as we can.
We try to get together at least once a month, if possible.
At least once a month.
Christmas is probably the most hectic month
Oh yeah.
with Christmas parties at church, Christmas parties with my mom and dad work, trying to get together with family.
Oh yeah.
And so this was the only weekend that
Yeah.
Mom saw even possible.
Yeah, and it was either beginning of December or mid-January, early February. So it was like, let's get together sooner than later. And we did. Excuse me, sorry. I keep getting,
You've got glue on your finger. What have you been doing?
that was paint.
Oh, never mind. I saw that on the picture, and then you got that in your finger.
That's fine. That's,
Of course, we can't paint without getting it on us. I had a red shirt in another video. I've already washed it off me, but I had a red shirt on in the other video, so I wouldn't get it on this shirt. And
that's
then,
one of her favorite shirts.
yes, it is. And then I was walking the cups of water with paintbrushes to the sink to wash the paintbrushes and get them, and I spill paint water on my pants thinking, crap, is that going to stay? No, it came out.
Do you want to grab that snowman right there and show him what we've been doing?
The snowman?
Yeah, he's the quickest that I can see.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to
Well,
get...
my other guy's over there somewhere. Everybody else is hanging on.
Yeah,
window
my guys
sill,
are over there too. Okay,
hangers.
so this is one of our ornaments that we're
That
going to
was
put
the one
on.
I made.
Yeah, we're going to do this on our sister
We
tree.
need to put the ribbon through his head.
Yeah, we do. I've got that somewhere.
Well, he's just like this. He's got nothing in his head.
Yep. But she painted this one. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. And another
I can
one.
try to get...
You want to get the rest of them?
Yeah, because I'm...
Don't knock the table over. I can move that out of the way.
So there's my stocking. There's your Sandy.
Yep.
There's his Mickey. I'll just do it on the floor.
Hello.
And here's your snowflake.
Okay. Can you pass that?
No.
Okay. So this is one I did. It's a snowflake. Then this is her stocking that she did. I think
You
it
already
looks
saw
cute.
my snowman.
And then
The Fanny.
the Santa. I did the Santa and the snowflake, and then she did. You want to hold your two up, and I'll hold my two up.
Do you know where the ribbon is?
I do. I do. It's
On the
somewhere-
table somewhere?
Yes.
But
we
don't have a
painted-
clue.
We painted these today, and we're gonna put them on our sister tree. Again, if like my last couple videos, go to my Facebook to look at our sister tree
We
because
don't have
that's
the light lit, or the top lit.
no, it's
well.
battery operated, and so I didn't want to drain the
Okay, that
battery.
makes sense.
So, but yeah,
And we aren't sweet enough, so we eat as much candy as we can. This came with the gingerbread house that did not work.
the defected gingerbread house.
Well, we tried to get it together and it just fell over.
Yep. What was I looking for?
Don't
The
take
ribbon.
that.
I was looking for the ribbon.
I don't know what you're looking for.
I was looking for the ribbon.
Oh.
No, the strings.
Well, you want to finish this video and then we will clean up a
Um,
little bit.
Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe get cards.
Yeah.
Gamble.
Yeah, we can do that.
Kill each other.
Yeah. But we, as we said in our last video, we could talk for hours on my sisterhood, our relationship.
Friendship, things we have gone through.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sisterhood. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk for hours. It might be a day show longer if we started talking about that.
Oh yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like that's why I wanted to go ahead and do a live stream on it. We're 46 minutes into this video.
Really?
Yeah.
It has not been that long.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I know.
It's
And
like a
so-
2-hour phone call. No, it has not. It's only been 30 minutes.
funny
Yes,
story.
it has been 2 calls.
Funny story. I called her up to ask her one question.
2 hours later.
2 hours later, she says, I hate to cut this short, but, and I said, it's been 2.5 hours.
No, it hasn't. It's only been 30 minutes, I think is what I said.
And I
And
looked
I
at
think
the,
I had to cut it short because we were going somewhere.
Yeah.
And Dad came into the room like, okay, Jessica, you need to get off the phone. And I was already dressed and ready.
yeah. Yeah.
And it was hilarious because I could not believe it has been 2.5 hours.
It felt
It-
like 10,
Like I
15
said, 30 minutes. It felt
Yeah.
like 30 minutes.
Yeah. It felt like we had just started talking.
I was like, you're a liar. And then I had to look at my watch. Wait, really?
Yeah.
No way.
And I was like, yeah, if I didn't look at my counter on my phone, I wouldn't have believed it either.
So, we never get along.
Of course.
Do we have to show them the fighting like guys thing? Or is that
Want
the next
to?
story? Yeah. This is a jokingly fight. It's, you want to fight like a man. Huh! Ah! Okay, so that's us. We're crazy. I love it.
Yes, and we are the best of friends. We're the best of sisters. And if we had to be, we'd be each other's lovers. If we had
And
to.
if it ever happened, we would marry twin guys.
yes,
But
we
then she's,
would. Well, if I become widowed, then we know what's gonna happen.
oh, so when are we killing him?
Well,
Is that the next
Depends on-
video?
depends on when he pops his next tooth.
Oh, okay. Oh, that will be on the next video, how we killed her husband, or how we're going to kill her husband.
Just a joke. YouTube don't demonetize this.
Oh, we could do what the Dixie Chicks did when they killed Earl.
True.
Because you know that was my brain tumor, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Do
I
you
didn't.
want to tell them that story?
Well, okay, my very first brain tumor, I was 12. I named everything. All of my stuffed animals had names. I named everything. I even had pet rocks that I think I got from the Fayette County Fair, had names. And the Dixie Chicks were still popular at the time when I was going through cancer. And they have a song that was called Earl Had to Die. My very first brain tumor was Earl. But instead of having a funeral when he died, we pretty much had a celebration. So I don't know if that makes
Is this a bruise or is this frosting or paint or something? You see it?
No.
It's on my chin.
No. You want it? You know that's going to be in the video?
Yes, I do. I think it's.
Yes, she's crazy. I know. If you can believe it, I love her.
Yeah.
We never get along.
I know.
Never.
You should have seen us in the car yesterday. My husband drives a truck. And it's only a 3-seater. So she was in the middle, and we were bopping against each other. So what I had to do was put my arm underneath hers like this.
Well, and we were teasing and doing one of these numbers, and I hit him, and I think he got mad at that. It's like, okay, you need to scoot over.
And then I just kind of
And he
like,
could-
I'll
yeah,
take
like,
you
okay.
over here then.
Well, I'll behave.
And
She
so,
started it.
and so instead of having my arm above the headrest like I would normally have it,
Or behind my back, yeah.
or behind the back, we just sat arm in arm the whole ride, and it was the most comfortable thing.
Oh, it was. Because it was comfortable for both of our arms because we couldn't get comfortable.
Yeah, because we were bumping elbows because we both have bony elbows. Ow.
If I get a bruise, I'm suing.
Okay, same here.
Your lawyer called my lawyer. Well, we got the same lawyer. That doesn't make sense then.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So if we get a divorce, we're screwed. My lawyer and your lawyer will be the same guy, so how would he get the money? If we lose one case and win the other.
It's like, what do you mean? Oh, well, I can't be your lawyer because I'm her lawyer. What? No, I'm paying you, and I guess it's whoever pays the most. Okay, he can have you.
Yeah.
I'm broke.
Oh well. But yeah.
Well, no, I've got a quarter, but then I did steal it from her, so.
See?
So I'm 25 cents richer than you.
Yeah.
Alright, we want to go ahead and cut this short. Or cut it.
See what I mean? Cut this short. 51 minutes in, and we're cutting it short.
Well, the only thing I know terminology, I don't know how to. We're gonna cut this long now, right?
Sure.
End it.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of her. I want to play cards.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
kill her.
We're gonna go kill each other on our dying list and beat each other in Rummy. But I just wanted to have a long sister chat because we talk here and there.
No, this is short.
Yes, it is. This is a short one, but we've had shorter ones.
Yes.
I just wanted one in-depth video
I
into
think
our
when she called
friendship.
about my grandfather, I had to cut it short because I had to pack.
Yeah.
We were leaving as soon as I could. She called like, okay, I feel there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And I said yes, and I told her what was wrong, and she said, okay, I'm praying with you. I'm with it.
Exactly.
I said, I know that.
Exactly. And I said, you let me know when you get back.
And I did.
And that was, I knew that she wasn't going to be very long down there. I knew she was going to be there for the week and
We
come
came
back.
back Friday because Mom and Dad had plans for the weekend, and they
And so-
couldn't cancel.
And so I knew that she'd call me and let me know how everything went and if she was doing okay. And if she wanted to get into a longer talk about how she felt about it, we would do it then.
Well, and I think I called you Saturday because we got home so late Friday.
Yeah.
That I think I got home and went to bed.
Yeah.
I think Mom and Dad had to stay up a little bit, pack, wash, repack.
Yeah.
And next morning, I think we had a good hour and a half talk.
Yeah, we did.
Because something's wrong with her, she'll call me. I'm her comforter. Something's wrong with me, I tell her she's my comforter. And again, I love her, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
We may not treat each other that way.
We act like we're crazy. We act like we're going to get
You
mad.
are crazy. I'm the normal one.
Okay. We're not acting at this point. But
I've always been one. If somebody calls me crazy, I call it a compliment because I know I am.
exactly.
Going to church or going to school, I would never. If I had to place myself in a group, name myself,
Mhm.
I'm a Christian.
Yep.
I was never popular. I was never a what is it named for a sport guy?
Jock.
I was never a jock. I was never a geek. Never a nerd or
Well,
computer
nerd.
guy or anything like that. So
Yeah.
if I ever had to put myself in a group, it was a Christian because I did every Wednesday FCA, every Friday small group.
Mhm.
And
And
spending the night with her, going to church, and
Yep.
we're going to church tomorrow if she don't like
Yep.
it or not.
oh, we're going. We took today to recover from my panic attack.
Yeah, yesterday she wasn't feeling good, and I kept saying, "Are we still going to go to church on Monday?" On Sunday, she said, "Yes, we are still going." And how
I
she
said-
said it, I was confident. We are going to
I'm
church.
like, I'm going to church with you because I want to go to church.
If I have to club her and drag her.
Basically, yes, but it was one of those things where I knew I wanted to go to church again. And I
When's
knew
the
I
last
wanted
time
to
you
go.
went to church? The last time I spent the night.
Actually, yes.
Because the last time I spent the night, I think that's what you said. The last time I went to church was the last time I spent the night.
No, I think there was one Sunday that Alex took off when he first got his license, and we went together.
Okay.
So, I've been since then. But my husband works on Sundays, but he got a Sunday off.
And I do have to say one thing. about the Jesus the God. My favorite animal is a frog. Yes, if you can believe that, it is a frog. But if you don't know this, what frog stands for, you gonna write it?
I am.
I'm gonna say it while she's writing it. Frog, fully rely on God. And a lot of people, I guess, don't know that and ask me, how did you find that out? Honestly, I don't know. When I was a kid, I had one of those bracelets that was like a WWJD bracelet that had frog on it.
I'm going to block out her face so you can read this.
That's alright. Thanks, Sissy. Just block me out. And frogs are my favorite animals. She got a new table and started drawing on it with a Sharpie. I drew a frog and wrote frog like that and wrote fully rely on God.
Yep.
And so that's a fun, weird fact, I guess, about me, because a lot of people, frogs, yuck. They give you warts. No, they don't. A frog peeing on you does not get a wart. I have had a frog pee on me. It's pretty much water coming out.
And one of my favorite Bible verses is Mark 5:34. It's where he is going to the little kid who has died, or who was sick and is dying.
Right back.
Go ahead. And he's walking through the crowd with his disciples, and a woman with a blood disorder goes up and touches his clothes. And he stops, and he's like, who touched me? And his disciples are like, everybody's touching you, God. You know? And, you know, he's like, no, who touched me? Yes.
Okay.
And so,
Well, he should let me. I have to write it down.
I do. But
If you don't me, I'm a Bible verse person with my vision problems. I have to have a giant print Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take my Bible sheet of paper to church, write verses down, write quotes down, go back home, re-look them up, rewrite them, and I have a journal. I have never had a diary, but I have had more journals. I can't count them all.
But back to the Bible verse. In Mark 5, the woman says, I touched you, God. I touched you, Jesus. And he goes up to her and grabs her and says, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering. I mean, I don't know if you just felt my arm I got goosebumps just saying that. I don't know if you felt my arm do that.
Well, and as soon as you grabbed me, I had them going up my arm.
I know. Did you feel?
Oh yes, I did.
Did we
And
both
I
have
think
that,
that's why I got them, because of you. But me, when I'm out telling my testimony to somebody, I'm not trying to get the glory whatsoever. This video is not for me. It's for God.
It is 100% for God.
When I'm out and somebody asks me a question, because I love it when somebody asks me why I walk funny or why I'm in a wheelchair. I love it, and every time, because when I was telling my testimony earlier, I had the shivers. And I know that's the Holy Spirit surrounding me, and I've had from kids to elderly people asking me. I was at, is it Truett's Pizza now, the name of it?
Yeah, Truett's Pizza Cafe.
I was there for lunch with my mother, and they had the pizza buffet for lunch, and that's what I was getting, and I wasn't using my stick. I was just walking up to there. And a little kid came up behind me, a little boy, and asked, why do you walk funny? And I loved telling him my testimony. I don't know if these people are Christians or not, but I love giving God the glory. There was an older couple sitting behind the table that kind of commented, you know how to, I'm not exactly sure what exactly they said, but I had to tell them my testimony. I didn't have to, but I wanted to tell them my testimony as well. And I love it when God gives me those opportunities.
Yes, I'll write this.
You knew what I was doing.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is, she can tell her testimony in a kid-friendly way, in a way an adult will understand. And she could, if a little 4-year-old asks her, why do you walk funny? Because God gave me a test and I had to pass it. And that's why I walk this way. I mean, that's how she would say it if she had to talk to a 4-year-old.
Well, and I think when we first met, I don't know if it was the first day or the second day, we asked each other, why are you in a wheelchair? Well, why are you in a wheelchair? And we both had to tell our stories to each other. And so, and if you can believe it, I do love her sometimes.
Yeah, so she keeps coming back. That's why she's in most of my
I come
videos.
back as often as my mom will let me.
Yeah.
But then again, when y'all move or they have kids, I'm going to be Aunt Jessie to their kids.
Oh, yeah.
I am going to have a room in their house. I have already been told. So, what are you just writing the date?
Yeah, I'm writing Christmas 2017 on it.
Okay, that's good.
Makes it easier.
I like.
It looks like that one didn't post all the way through, so I'll get something for that.
Well, what did I use earlier?
I don't even know. I'll fix it. That's fine.
Okay. It's my ornament. I want to fix it. Oh, you see?
I think I can poke it through.
Well, since we're doing other things, not talking all, do you want to go ahead
Yeah.
and finish this?
Yeah. Now that we've talked for like an hour,
Cutting it short, if that makes
we're
sense.
cutting it short. Literally cutting it short. But we're gonna cut this short, and we will catch you guys later. And
to do the love thing together.
we are. Okay. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what your favorite Bible verse is. If you're a Christian, or if you read the Bible, what's your favorite Bible
I
verse?
didn't tell my favorite Bible verse, but my favorite Bible verse is Matthew 10:34, I believe. It's, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has enough worries of its own. And going through cancer, that's pretty much true. Because you never know when it's your last day. We have a
Exactly.
friend that we went to high school with, graduated with, a good Christian friend that got hit by a semi on her way home from college, and she's no longer with us.
Mhm.
And you never know when it's your last day.
Exactly.
Even though when it's my last day, I know who I'm going to be with and who I'm seeing. I have no doubts about that.
If you're not a Christian and you don't read the Bible, leave us your favorite holiday tradition down below. Okay? I want to know. I want to see what you guys do.
You will be seeing us again. This is not
Oh,
the
yeah.
last. This is not the first either.
No, this is not the first, and this is not the last, and it sure as heck ain't gonna be the last this year. Okay.
Whatever.
Like, comment, and subscribe to become a love bug. And remember that we love you, love bugs. Mwah!